All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about multiplication. Time to get this down. So let's start with this first problem here, 124 times 6. And I noticed that a lot of us are rewriting this problem as 6, say 6, let me get this straight, 6 times 124. And that's a big mistake, and let me show you why. The number with the most digits, the 124 has 3 digits. That number should go on the top. That'll save you a lot of work, because if we do it this way, you end up doing the 4 times 6 is 24, and then you have to add a 0 because now you're in the tens place. So 20 times 6 would be 120, and we'd write it like this. And then in the hundreds place, you need to add 2 zeros. 100 times 6 would be 600. And frankly, a lot of us just simply forget to add this 0 and this 0. And when we have these 1, 2, 3 layers of addition, it makes it difficult. It makes more numbers, more adding, and we make more mistakes, right? So I want to suggest to you that you write it the other way. Now you might say, is that possible? I mean, the 124 comes first. Shouldn't it go in a certain place? No. Remember, if you have this problem, 6 times 2, that equals 12. If you write it like this, 6 times 2, it still equals 12. Also, if you write the 2 on top, 2 times 6, that equals 12. That's right. We can write the 2 first, and it will not affect the product. That's because multiplication has what we call the commutative property. 6 times 2 is the same as 2 times 6. It just doesn't matter. So if it doesn't matter, let's choose the one that's easiest, right? And it's easiest to put the number with smaller digits on the top. All right, that's just a professional tip that's going to help a lot of you beat this problem. All right, so let's rewrite it as 124 times 6. And let's see the difference. We have 6 times 4 is 24. In this case, we have to carry the 2. And then we're going to multiply the 6 times the 2. That's 12. Plus this 2 is 14. Carry the 1. And now we're going to multiply 6 times 100. We're going to pretend it's a 1, though. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now, remember how I said it was 600, and we were going to pretend it's 1? Well, see how it's in the hundreds place? That's your 600 right there. So let's see, 744. That seems like it was a lot easier. Let's add this up and see what we get. That's 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 7. Yep, we get the same answer, right? 744. Just one of them took a lot less work, a lot less writing. And the less writing you do, the less mistakes you're going to make. All right, so multiplication, put the one with the more digits on the top, the number with more digits on the top, just like I have here. 124 has more digits than 68. 68 only has 2 digits. All right, let's switch up our colors here. All right, so here we have a 2-digit by a 3-digit multiplication, and I wanted to show you this to remind you about multiplying in the tens place. Check it out. 4 times 8 is 32. I'm going to carry the 3. 8 times 2 is 16, plus this 3 is 19. Carry the 1. And 8 times 1 is 8, plus this 1 is 9. 992. Now, remember, that is just my 8 times 124. I need to go back and get my 60. Right, the 60 times. Let me erase. I'm going to do a little cleanup here, right? And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Erase some of these things or cross them out. All right, let's move on. Now I'm going to do the 60 times 124. Remember, 60 is in the tens place. Anytime you multiply by a multiple of 10, it's going to have a 0 at the end. Don't forget to put that 0 in there, okay? All right, now we can just pretend that it's a 6. 6 times 4. 24. Carry the 2. I put these arrows here to help me remember where I'm at, right? So I just did the 60 times 4. Now I'm going to do the 60 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Carry the 1. And now I'm doing 6 times 1 plus 1 is 7. All right. Now I'm going to add these two together, and that should give me 68 groups of 124. See, we counted them 8 times, then we counted them 60 times, and if I add that together, that will give me 68 times, or I counted them 68 times. So 2, 9 plus 4 is 13, carry the 1. That's 10 plus 4 is 14, carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8,432. All right, so keep in mind, every place value is going to be a new line. This was the ones place, 8 times 124. This was the tens place, 60 times 124, right? Let's see what it looks like when there are 3. Here's a 3-digit number by a 3-digit number. That means I'm thinking ahead, right? I'm stopping to think ahead. That means that my first line is going to be 1 times 123, right? That's the ones place. Next line is going to be 20 times 123. That's the tens place. There's a 2 in the tens place. That's 20. My next line is going to be 400 times 123, right? That's 4 in the hundreds place, or 400. And I'm going to add all of those up, and I should get 421 times 123, right? I counted it once, counted it 20 times, counted it 400 times. That's really counting it 421 times. All right, let's do it. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 1 is 1. Brilliant. That makes sense. 1 times 123. Check it out. The next line is 20. We're working from the tens place right here, the tens place. So I need to start with a 0. Okay, 1, 0. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. I'm going to do little arrows here. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. Brilliant. Now I'm in the hundreds place. I'm in the hundreds place right down here. Notice how there are 2 zeros. I'm going to draw your attention to these 2 zeros right here. That means I need to start off with 2 zeros, right? 400 has 2 zeros in it. So I'm in the hundreds place. I need to start, in the hundreds place. That means I need to add these 2 zeros. All right, I'll put little faces in here so you can see them, right? Boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. 4 times 3. I'm going to erase these little, I'm going to try and clean up my act a little bit here. Erase these little arrows. All right, here we go. Make some new arrows. 400 times 3, or pretend it's 4 times 3. 12, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and 4 times 1 is 4. If I add these 3 rows up, I will have 421 times 123. That's 3. That's 6 plus 2 is 8. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Doesn't matter if I add these 2 first. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 2 plus 9 is 11. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. There we go. 51,783. Brilliant. Folks, the thing that messes you up the most is forgetting to add these zeros in when you're multiplying by the hundreds place, or forgetting to add the 1 0 in if you're multiplying by the tens place. The other thing that messes us up, especially with decimals, which is coming up next, is this. Put the number with 3 digits on the top. All right, you're going to be just fine.